On this episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, you already know what it is. It's Lydell Dinero, and we back in the building. A lot of stuff to talk about today. Might be a shorter episode. We still got a lot of stuff to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Playoffs is in, the Miss Western Eastern Conference Finals. I'll let you guys know what I've seen. Some hating that I'm doing right now. We got some shows to talk about. The Boys season finale. Tell you guys how I felt about this season and this final episode 8. And we got some more talking about Drake album, because Iceman is out there right now. All 3 albums is out there right now, but everybody's talking about Iceman. Opinions are out there, man. And, I got some opinions of my own. After I sat with it for a week, I told you guys how I felt about it right after I listened the first time. But we sat on it for a week. We heard everybody else's opinion. So, I'm going to give a little more in-depth opinion in some of the songs that I'm vibing with. Maybe some songs off the other albums that I didn't really talk about. So, yeah, it's the Best of Bias Podcast, episode 286. Thank you for being here today. Where that theme song at is right here. Let's get right to it. I'm Lydell Dinero. If you're new, nice to meet you. If you're the family, welcome back. Let's get to it.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. It's the best of bias.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy. It's the man with the plan, man. It's Lydell Dinero, and we back to talk some stuff with y'all. See, I almost cut some do it. Thank you guys for clicking play today, because like I like to say, you could be anywhere in the world, listen to any podcast in the world, but you could play with me, listen in with us, a.k.a. Lydell Dinero, a.k.a. Behind the Scenes. I never shouted them out enough at the beginning. Hey, a.k.a. thank you for what you do. Hey, while we're there, like, subscribe, hit that bell on the YouTube. It's the Best of Bias, of course. We have 200 plus videos on there. Plenty of content for y'all to scroll through if you haven't caught up on what we got going on, man. If you're new, welcome, man. We were one of the first podcasts to be on the innovative side of podcast and video. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are just one side. You see a lot of people going to that Netflix route now, so you can see what the pod has going on. I like to say we were one of the first ones to get it popping live in the podcast sphere. So now you don't only hear my voice, but you kind of see what I'm about and see what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? You see what's going on around me. I'm really ingratiated in this pop culture-ish. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just faking the funk. It's real out here, and I want y'all to believe me. You know what I'm saying? So we here. I'm just talking mess. I always talk mess at the beginning. I hope you guys are doing good, man. I ain't really got much to talk about today, man. I put together some topics for y'all just to come and chat, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, flood y'all with too much information all at once and stuff. Kind of slowed down. I mean, playoffs is here, of course, but the Nuggets are not in the playoffs. So to be honest, this is the best of bias. My bias and my attention isn't really in the NBA right now. I'm more so ready to start talking about fantasy football, rookie training camp. You feel me? You already know what's going on with the WNBA. Valkyries won again today. Smacked the Liberty. Sabrina's not playing yet. I don't know what's going on with your ankle, girl, but hopefully you get better soon. Satu premiering the bald look. First game with the Libs. Looked good out there. Still need to get a little bit into shape. You can tell she wasn't really 100% ready to compete with the defense of the Valkyries, but hey, man, Valkyrie looking good. First year, made the playoffs, you know what I'm saying, this year. Hey, the vibes are great. San Francisco, I mean, they're already kind of spoiled from the Golden State Championship, so the culture of winning is kind of already there, and they're kind of expecting it being in San Francisco and stuff, but just me being amongst the fans and stuff and seeing them being so receptive of the ladies at Ball Holla, the vibes at Ball Holla, it's just like another fucking, okay, hopefully it's past a minute. Yes. It's just like another Chase game, game at the Chase Center the Warriors are playing, man. The vibes are there. It was my, I want to say, second game now. First time ever being a season ticket holder. Woo. Best of Bias gonna be in the place all the time. So if it's a home game, holla at your boy. Look for the Best of Bias. Look for Growly. We're gonna be in the building. Want to talk some ball? We there. But yeah, they're looking good. They're looking real good. And I think we're 4-1 at this point, because we only played 3 games for some reason, and everybody else played like 4 or 5. So I think we're 3-1. So making a good imprint on the league, though we're not having the best offensive output all the time, though we almost won by 20 points today. Defensively, we're shutting people down. Stewie had a bad time. Jonquel Jones throw a couple, like 2 or 3 girls at her, stay in the way. You know what I'm saying? Stop her from getting rebounds and, pressure her at the 3-point line. Got some people that can step out. Kia Stokes can ball out, step with the bigs. I was kind of questioning that first at the beginning of the season. I don't know if Kia Stokes can stand in there with other bigs, really good bigs, but she held her own against Jonquel. Of course, having Gabby on the team to be able to handle, Stewie and being an ex-teammate of hers, kind of knowing her game a little bit. That always helps. And, having a defender like, Bert, you know what I'm saying? VB on the squad can eliminate the team's best point guard or ball handler. So yeah, the team is looking good, man. Tina Charles at the small forward. She playing defense and taking it coast to coast. She's looking good out there, man. So I'm really happy with the output and to be able to see so many games live. I'm so excited. You guys know how big of a sports head I am. So you will hear a lot about this reporting. I'll be juiced up, man. I'll be driving out to the city. It's gonna be almost 2 to 3 times a week. I know gas prices is crazy right now, but hey, bro, this was my first time actually being able to go to local team games and my team be so close. This shit's crazy, man. I've never experienced it, and I'm gonna take full advantage of it. Shout out moms for we went in on season tickets together. Our first time doing something like this, so especially being the second season. So that just kind of locks us in as season ticket holders, future season ticket holders. And hey, man, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out VB, shout out Gabby Williams, shout out Tina Charles, shout out Kia Stokes, of course, Tiffany Hayes. Who else? Oh, why am I forgetting my girl's name, number 13? Why am I forgetting her? Oh my God, I was just gonna buy her jersey too. Shout out Chin, you feel me? Yeah, it's gonna be a good season. It's gonna be a good season. I didn't mean to start there. I wasn't gonna start there. I just kind of rolled into it. But how y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling today? Like I said, it's gonna be more of a chop it up session. Not super structured like all my other pods. I only have a lot of shit to talk about. And when I get to the sports, I'll ramble a little bit and probably go longer than I want on that, and then the review will take me a little bit longer. So that's kind of the rundown. But just let me rant for a little bit, y'all. How y'all feeling today? Y'all doing good? It's the weekend. We got a 3-day weekend this weekend. Hopefully you do. If you work retail, I know you probably don't. They'd be like, oh yeah, you got a 3-day weekend. People are going to be off. That means you're going to work 12 hours if you want to work. You feel me? That retail game, bruh. I remember working retail, bro. If you guys, shout out Chico. Bro, I got my retail wings out there in Chico. Foot Locker for 3 years. I worked at Zoomies for a little bit. Shout out Sports Fever. For real though, like Foot Locker and Sports Fever, those were the spots, bro. Zoomies, nothing against Zoomies if y'all want to sponsor the pod one day. But bruh, the way that the sales structure is set up for like fucking young adults, I don't want to say kids because we was college kids working there, but college kids, even the school, people going to school and having to go to a job retail where one, they make it so crazy. Like, I don't know how we got to this, but I'm gonna go in a little bit because I'm scarred. I'm emotionally scarred from this shit. They make you compete for hours against your coworkers. You have to meet sales goals, and it's like, okay, if you meet these sales goals and you sell a lot of shit for us, we'll give you more hours and give you the benefit of being able to work more hours. And a lot of people don't get hours, so if you're performing, yeah, you get all the hours, and then if you get all the hours, hey, guess what? We're open every holiday. So if you work hard enough, you get all these hours. Guess what? You're gonna work every holiday, and don't let you live away from home because Thanksgiving, Christmas, Black Friday. Oh yeah, we open at 2:00 in the morning on Black Friday. We're gonna have you work from 2 to like 12 o'clock noon. Is that cool? And you might not be able to go home because you have to open the next day. Like, bro, what? I've been struggling in school for months at a time. I'm trying to go home, but in order to make a living and stay out here, in order to stay on the schedule and even get hours, we have to work the slave hours you provide us. Yeah, that was shit. For a 30% discount to where you're basically giving a little bit of money, you're getting right back to them. It's so cold-blooded to me. It was such a cold piece of work. Like, I would just, at Foot Locker alone, I would work like fucking 12, 14 hours with a full, of course, I get a little financial aid from school, and you have to keep a full course load to be able to stay on financial aid and shit like that. So that's if you the college person, those units, 12 units, you got to keep that 12 units in order to keep that financial aid. And that 12 units usually means 4 hard ass classes. They never wanted to give you the easy classes with a 4 full units. They wanted to give you like 2.5 or 2 units for the workout class, or 2 measly units for the media class that didn't really take a lot of effort just because you was trying to make your financial aid. No, they're gonna give you biology, calculus, they gonna give you motherfucking microeconomics and all every hard piece of shit in the school that you could possibly get just to keep your financial aid. And on top of that, your stupid ass job that you have to maintain to stay in these apartments, they want to keep you at these odd, outrageous hours in order to stay on the schedule, but you don't really want to be at the work all the time because you got to do this fucking work to stay on financial. It's a scam. It's a fucking scam. The companies make all this money, and all you end up with is trauma. And every now and then, you may get a discount on some shoes. I got done so dirty at Foot Locker that only 2 people in the job at your store get the 30% off in store. So you literally had to drive to Sacramento to where they had more stock of shoes. Dumbass early in the morning before the store opened to get your pair before everybody got their pair if you wanted that discount on those shoes. Not even for the fact that I'm sweat, blood, and tears in this bitch. Working Thanksgiving, working Christmas, working my birthday, working Memorial Day, working Jesus' birthday, working motherfucker. Like, bro, I'm doing you a favor. I'm putting you on the schedule. Bruh. But I actually want... What happened to that random ass Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday when I didn't have no homework and I ain't had shit to do that I wanted to work, but you like, nah. But all of a sudden, all these hours appear when it's Black Friday and you guys want to open at 2. So you want the hours or not? No, nigga. I want to go home. The less time I can spend in here with you is the time that I'm happy. Fuck you. Fuck this job. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to live off financial aid and I'm about to go home to my mom's cooking because y'all niggas is about to... Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. I'm telling you, memories. And Zoomies, don't even get me started on Zoomies because they really out there trying to have the nigga work like they employee of the month to sell some fucking bullshit ass, the corny ass merch that Zoomies would have. I'm sorry, Zoomies, but I don't know what age demographic you guys were dressing for or selling to there. But bro, the corniest shit. I'm not gonna lie, they had some cool streetwear brands. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm a streetwear connoisseur. And back in the day, you know, when there was some shit, Thrasher shirts, Pink Dolphin shirts. Zoomies used to have that shit. And you know what I'm saying? And then they kind of got corny, and you can find every middle school kid in the area with that same shirt, or you see and whatnot now, just like you see everybody in Silver Regime, or you see everybody in Stussy now, or Essentials, Lost Hills, all these super common brands that you see all the time. That's what Zoomies was. Overpriced, and they thought they were the coolest people ever because they had this product. They thought they were the coolest people ever. And they wanted you to, the goal was to go and upsell everybody and trick them out their money. Foot Locker. Oh, they want some shoes? $200 pair of shoes? Make sure you offer them some socks. Make sure you try to complete the look. And when you're at the register, make sure you try to ask them if they want to buy some $30 shoe cleaner. And if you do, you'll get a bonus. What's that bonus? You'll get more hours. Where's more money, bruh? Where's more money? Anyways. I hope you guys are off this weekend. Hope you're able to barbecue, throw something on the grill, and not have to be traumatized by working 24/7. I mean, time and a half is cool. Retail. Never mind. Maybe go there. Shouts out to everybody doing that they can, trying their hardest, because times is hard. I know. Gas, $6 for gas is crazy. I I don't know about anybody that forced to do anything nowadays. I was talking to my mom the other day, and I was like, the only thing that's expensive nowadays is fucking boxes. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing affordable nowadays. Everything else is, I think it's the only thing expensive. I didn't mean that at all. But the only thing affordable nowadays is boxes. Everything is fucking expensive. Gas is expensive. I told you guys how I saw a $2.99 bottle, a single bottle of Gatorade, the 99 cent joints at Safeway. $2.99 each. That's damn near 3 of them bitches. What is happening right now? But hopefully, you know what I'm saying, it's a collaborative effort for anybody that's doing things Memorial Day. Shout out to all the families taking the kids to watch fireworks, going to amusement parks, going on vacation. This is the time, man. The sun is coming out. You know what I'm saying? I know it's getting kind of crazy out there with these viruses and the scares of all the viruses and stuff like that, man. So enjoy the sun while you can before they try to put us back on lockdown. You know what I'm saying? Get in that sun, get on those beaches, go out there and hike, touch grass. You know what I'm saying? See each other, socialize, build your social network now, because it seems like they're going to have us go back inside and cut everything off again, man. My algorithm is so fucked up on social media, man. I'm just seeing all the negative shit in the world. It's kind of making me lose hope a little bit for the positive things in the world. So I'm hoping I can be that light, you know what I'm saying? All this negative shit, I know everybody wants to talk about all this political shit. I try to steer away from that a little bit. I want you, again, I always say I want you guys to be informed of what's going on. And of course, there's shit worthy of talking about out there that you guys, of course, need to know about. But man, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole to make me upset and get you guys upset. I want to talk about a lot more positive stuff on this podcast. Why we do a little bit of pop culture and some sports and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I keep it light, but hopefully this weekend is good for everybody. Hopefully everybody's mental health is good. We're on the weekend, wherever you listen to the pod, however you listen to the pod, whenever you listen to this pod. Hopefully you're doing it in a situation, in a surroundings where you're loved, where you're comfortable, where you're relaxed. If you're working, hopefully it makes you work harder. If you're working out, hopefully it makes you work out harder, pause, stronger, or something better. Hopefully it helps. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the people, man. And just to chit chat, jibber jabber. I know I should be having guests on here a lot. But you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, we gonna be here, bro. If anybody's gonna be here, I'm gonna be here to talk to y'all, and we gonna do this thing. Let's get right into it, man. I've stalled long enough, man. I've been jabbering. It's been like 16 minutes. Let's get into some topics, man. These freaking playoffs, dog. Oh yeah, and if you're gonna do fireworks Memorial Day, be safe. I've seen a lot of fingers blown off. Be safe. Throw them bitches and run. Light them bitches. Get the fuck up out of there. Anyways, NBA. Western Conference Finals. Let's talk about this first, man. You already know I gotta hit Western Conference first. I always do. That's where we at with it. That's where all the future stars, all the future good teams are. I know the Eastern Conference got some teams, but hopefully they just go ahead and eliminate the East and West and just have a full 30 team, 32 team, 31, 30 team playoff, and how many other teams are in the NBA? And just have everybody separated in the playoff brackets by total record. You know what I'm saying? And just I know distance traveled and shit, having East Coast teams play the West Coast teams more could give a disadvantage to people having to travel so far, as many times. But I just feel like the East, just get an easy ass run. Like, I don't know. Bam's 83 against the Wizards. If Bam would have dropped 83 as a Maverick against, say, the Jazz, or maybe like somebody who is a lower seed in the West that's pretty good, maybe the Clippers. If Bam would have dropped 83 as a Maverick against the Clippers, I think he would have got way more respect. But a lot of those teams in the East, man, see what's happening with Cleveland right now. You know what I'm saying? Soft. The number 1 seed, Detroit, eliminated, just soft. The Celtics eliminated by the Philadelphia 76ers, who get swept by the Knicks. Soft. So everybody we thought was good is soft. The East, I guess, since Halliburton went down, nobody else is even close to being competitive. The Knicks have had chances over the last couple of years, have been blowing it. I don't know if they've made the Western Conference Finals a lot of times or been close to it, second round and lost. Something happened, something got in the way, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't want OKC to go back to back. The series they're playing right now, Western Conference Finals, the series right now is 1-1. First game in OKC, the Spurs did take it. Everybody was glazing the shit out of Wembanyama. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys know, aka if you want to put up here a little warning to everybody, this is gonna be a really long hate session. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is about to be a long hate session because these Western Conference teams make me sick. Well, I don't want to really say that about the Spurs. It's more so Wemby, and this is a thing that I have as well, man. I start to hate. I don't really hate them. I start to dislike the players that people compare to Jokic, who they try to give the mantle of the best player in the world. LeBron is one thing. Because we all know what's good with LeBron. He's been good for so long. Blah 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 blah. He's great. GOAT type shit. We know that. Nobody's saying Jokic is better than LeBron James. But after LeBron James, not saying Steph Curry wouldn't be second in line, nothing like that. I'm just saying the mantle of best player in the NBA right now. You know what I'm saying? People would say LeBron, people arguably say Steph Curry, but both starting to get injured. Well, Steph gets injured a lot. LeBron is getting older, 41 years old. You know, so they're kind of reluctant, even though he's still playing really well. Calling him the best player in the world at 41, I feel like the talking heads just don't want to sit their reputation on that and just say words like that. They recognize him as the GOAT, but they're not going to be like, oh, he's the best player in the world right now. Me personally, you already know I'm going to be super biased because I watch Jokic. I've watched every game pretty much almost his whole career, especially the last 4, 5, 6 years. Almost every game. And I've seen what he does on a daily basis. I'm really convinced Paul, I don't know if I'm my regular group chat because these motherfuckers don't ever respond. I don't know if they just intentionally just ignore the shit that I be saying or they just genuinely don't see it. But you see me dropping Jokic and Jamal stats all season. This is more so about Jokic, so sorry, Jamal. I'm not really, I'm not kind of mad at you right now, but Jokic has been dropping 40, 20, 15s, 36, 20, 12s. Average triple-double 2 years in a row. Absurd shooting percentages. Multiple games with 30, 20, 20 at least. How many times has Wemby done that? Oh, Jokic is older and more experienced. Wemby is young. So, how many times has Wemby done that? To be able to just, oh, he's the best player in the world, undoubtedly. What? Jokic doesn't play defense. Okay. He doesn't play as good defense. I mean, he is susceptible to defense. Anybody who's playing against us as a center is going to score points because he doesn't put a lot of effort into the defense. I will say that. But your 5 blocks, I get you affect a lot of shit that happens in games. I get it. But your 5 blocks does not equate to 25 assists. Your 25 assists on top of 40 points. And Jokic don't get free throws like these other superstars in the league, so he gets this shit out the mud. He'll have like 50 points with 10 free throws. If you watch the games, they slap him, foul him all game. And they don't get called. He accentuates sometimes, and he'll be really adamant when he doesn't get the calls, and it seems like he's flopping, but you'll look at his arms, you'll look at his face, you'll look at his neck. Looks like he got mauled by a bear every game. But it'll be the next morning, and nobody will mention it like it didn't happen. I literally wake up in the morning to see if they mention anything about a 45, 30, 20 game. 25, 25. Nothing. They barely show the highlights. And it's just super. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to be even considered better than Jokic is disrespectful. It's disrespectful. What do you see? What do you see right now in Shai? What do you see on paper? If you don't see it live, what on paper are you telling me that Shai is better than Jokic? On defense? Yeah, maybe. But you can't tell me he's sitting here, okay, wins the scoring title and can just outscore Jokic and the free throws don't come into account. I don't know. It's just really upsetting. Again, I went on a rant about Jokic. He's not even in the series, but just watching this series and it being SGA versus Wemby and all the talk being around, oh, SGA is MVP this year, but he shouldn't have won it. He shouldn't have won it. He has a better team around him. The team is winning without him. How is that most valuable? He's most valuable because he scores a lot of points. Luka scored a lot of points. He wasn't even considered. If you're going to give it to somebody for scoring a lot of points, Luka was goddamn scoring damn near 40 points a game. You rescinded everything and made him eligible for all the awards. For what? If you're not going to give him MVP or even... He didn't even make the top 4. It don't make any sense to me. The way they play basketball in OKC, bro. Again, this is the hate segment, but come on, bro. Everybody talks about it. The Lakers fans are finally noticing it because it happens to them. It happened to them finally. But this shit has been happening forever. Jalen Brunson, James Harden, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That leadoff push arm, they're the only person in the league that gets it. Every highlight of them crossing somebody over is them super forearm pushing them and the player flying out of the way, trying to either accentuate the fucking arm push so they can call offensive foul that never gets called, or the most recent one, this fool Shai pushes somebody with his forearm. The guy trips over his foot, turns his body from tripping over Shai's foot that he sticks out, by the way. Shai steps back and passes the ball for an assist. And everybody, oh, look at that. And the fact that the NBA blatantly doesn't call, the replay people, it's like they were told not to mention if they ever push off, don't mention the push off. Just mention how good of a play it was. Oh my God, that play was crazy. We're looking at a replay of them pushing off in slow motion, still not being mentioned. And then we get on, what's her name? Oh, why am I forgetting her name now? Goddamn, you know who I'm talking about. One of the first female color commentators. Got in a lot of shit for calling Shai a grifter last year, grifting for fouls. But anyways, yeah, when she speaks up and says some real shit, calls out what's actually happened on the court, she gets villainized and people want to kick her off important games because she's out here saying shit. I don't get it. She's a legend, by the way, and I'm so mad that I'm forgetting her name right now. You guys know who I'm talking about. You guys know exactly who I'm talking about. But yeah, Wemby, I get it. I like his competitive fire, but maybe my dislike towards him that's growing is just for the fact that everybody's ready to just give him the mantle as the best player. They're so ready. Everybody wants to be the first to be like, oh yeah, I told you Wemby was gonna be good. He's gonna be the best ever from day one. So I was the first to be that. I was first to market. Chill. This fool's like 21 years old. He didn't win MVP in his second year in the league. Whoop-de-doo. I'm sorry. That doesn't happen for everybody. You have to take your lumps in this league. This is not fucking instant microwave award season league shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Earn that shit, man. And I feel like they were looking to give it to Wemby, but since he didn't ball out, it didn't towards the end, it didn't justify them giving it over Shai. And it's like, okay, then give it to Jokic. No, but he went out in the first round, and we give the MVP so late that we can justify not giving it to him because he got eliminated in the first round. It's a regular season award. Give it at the end of the regular season. Why are we waiting to see what happens in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs before we give the MVP award anyways? Shit's so annoying, bro. The NBA got this shit so backwards. They're just looking for somebody who cares about being the face of the league so much that you're just so ready to give that mantle away. Like OKC, no team has went back-to-back in 10 years, but we're going to give it to this team that's clearly working the refs. These two teams that played against each other were teams who have worked the system. I don't want to say they tanked, but I know the Spurs damn near got a top 3 pick damn near 3 years in a row, right? They get Wembanyama, or did they get Wembanyama and Castle in the same draft? Is that what happened? And then they got Dylan Harper the next year. So I think that is what happened. And then OKC was taking forever, and they end up getting SGA and were able to get a whole bunch of picks from trading Paul George, and they picked up a bunch of good players to stack their team from basically tanking and trading to get a bunch of players after taking to get Shea. And not get taken to get Shea, but trading Paul George after him and Russell Westbrook didn't work out. Traded all their like. Man. It was just a crazy. It's just a crazy situation, and to see like and not. People were mad about the whole trust the process thing and didn't want that to work for everybody just because they tanked forever and then stacked a whole bunch of picks. Were able to get Fultz, were able to get Maxey, was able to get Embiid. So they're trusting that process and they got Harden and they got Paul George and everybody thought that, oh yeah, we trusted the process and we tanked for so long that now we got all these players, we're going to just end up winning it all. And we don't reward that. I don't think we should reward that. And there should be ways to shield against that. We're seeing now with this draft coming up and everybody taking this year that now we're gonna try to put some safe holds on the draft so people don't end up working the system. Well, you know what I'm saying? The league wants these teams that are historically good to keep on being good. So we see a team like the Mavericks get Cooper Flag when they're clearly not the worst team in the league or weren't supposed to be able to get lucky enough to get that lottery ball after trading Luka Doncic out of there. And then mysteriously, I don't know. And that shit happening. And then now, I don't think anybody now, the Spurs being the team that won like 4 or 5 championships already. Popovich was on his way out. Bless him right now. I know he's probably going through some health issues, but we got to get Pop back on his feet before us give him the number 1 pick. European player will be perfect there. You know what I'm saying? It just looks kind of crazy. It looks like teams that were given stimulus packages are good now after stacking their teams with free agents after not being good for so long and stacking draft picks. Like, so for De'Aaron Fox to be on the team now, he's not playing right now. He's injured. But for him to be on a team that already had Keldon Johnson, Vassell, Steven Castle, got Dylan Harper and Wembanyama, and that's just your starting players. To have Champagnie, still have Harrison Barnes, and everybody like Cormet, a bunch of people coming off their bench. They're starting 5, 6 are young players who are going to be there forever. Then of course you have OKC who has at least 10 or 12 players on that team. Oldest players are probably like Caruso. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. The league is all fucked up and turned on its head now, and now you're going to prevent people from tanking to get good draft picks. So all these teams that got the older superstars on their team that traded everything away to get these older superstars that have no draft picks and no younger players. Once these older players are gone out of the league, we're gonna have some top heavy teams. And now that you put the salary caps and the tiers, the salary cap tiers that you get, the windows and the shit you can't go over. Having all those young players is going to be beneficial for you, especially if they're good right away, because now you can't go into the higher aprons with these more expensive players. You have to level it out. It's just kind of fucked up, So it just sucks for teams that have superstars kind of in their prime now that really only have a couple of years left because they're in win now mode and made decisions to make win now mode or happen. And it just kind of not clear for the future. That's kind of what it looks like for the Lakers. I mean, you have Luka, but after Luka, it's like, who else is your future asset that's going to be around Luka to help you win in future years? I know, LeBron's leaving. You got Brownie, but that's not going to be enough. I haven't heard about, what's Bruh's name from Tennessee that was for the squad that they traded and got back? Dalton Connect. I haven't seen him playing forever. You know what I'm saying? Austin Reeves hasn't been, what he's cracked up to be after coming off that injury, and then he wants max money. If they lose him, they're only going to have Luka, and they'll be the same position the Mavericks are. And they made the playoffs, so they're not going to have a good draft pick. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of all crazy. But the basketball, let's talk about the basketball game. I've talked all this time. We didn't even talk about the basketball games. It's really back and forth. The teams are really well matched. We see them play a lot of games this season in the regular season. So we kind of already know what's going on. They kind of already know each other well. Having Wembanyama just down there as a presence does change a lot of things. But, me personally, when you have the whistle of the refs and you're so well practiced at get into your spots, and if you don't get to the spot you want to get, knowing how to get contact and disguise that contact to get that whistle is always going to be a good thing for you. But it's going to come down to, because they're not going to foul Wembanyama out. I don't think they're going to do that in this series. I don't think that's going to happen. So it's going to be give and take. They're going to be grabbing hold of Wembanyama, giving him the old Jokic treatment. Will they call fouls? You know what I'm saying? Because if they call fouls as much as they're holding him, the OKC players will foul out, and they'll have nobody to guard Wembanyama. So putting a lot of the game in the referee's hands. You know what I mean? So all these calls are under super microscopes. You know, when Wembanyama gets 2 or 3 early fouls in the game is flipped to OKC's benefit right away. And, you know, what are you going to do to match that? The team is so good over there. It's what you're going to give, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander a couple of fouls to even out. You're not going to do that either. So, I don't know. It's a good game. I wish everybody would stop getting injured. I think Jay Will hurt his hamstring again. It's going to be a tough offseason for this guy if he's not back. And especially if OKC ends up losing, which I hope happens. We saw AJ Mitchell got hurt a little bit. I think he's okay. But, Dylan Harper, hamstring. He looked like he was going to come back, but they didn't let him come back in the game for some reason. I don't know if they just forfeited and just be like, oh, this one's done, so let's just give it a rest. But it looked like Dylan Harper wanted to come back, and they were like, nah. De'Aaron Fox hasn't played this series at all yet in the first 2 games. I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah, not having him makes a big difference, man. I think Stephen Castle had 9 turnovers in the last game. They're putting a lot of pressure on him. This rivalry with Wembanyama and Chet, though Chet doesn't look like he wants any part of this rivalry. Wembanyama, man, he's different. He's different, man. Maybe them in France. I don't know if they watch American highlight videos, and, you know, as hype to get them fucking pumped, or a tape where a bunch of Americans were talking shit about French players, but Wembanyama came out here trying to be like, I'm the best, and anybody who wants smoke, I want that smoke, and you're gonna have to show me type shit. He got with the monks, and just all his fear just went away. You know what I'm saying? If he stays healthy and keeps that competitive fire, you know, the NBA could have something on his hands, man. Everybody's friends nowadays. Nobody actually wants to be competitive. So him having that fire, having to watch Shai get the MVP in front of him, and then go out and put up 42, 20 and do his thing in the first game. Deservedly so. Everybody was super excited. And thought, oh yeah, this performance is first of many, and with this performance, it's no doubt that he's going to be doing this forever, be the best player we've ever seen. And he's so young, and he's still going to get bigger. We're going to see, man. We're going to see. We're going to have to see how he handles this series first. We already saw him elbow somebody in the neck, and the Minnesota Timberwolves get under his skin. It's only been 2 games so far. OKC's going to get under your skin. They're going to try to do whatever it can to get you out of the game, get you out of your game. And though you want to be the best, though you want everything right now, are you mentally ready? Or can you handle it emotionally to actually take that step? You know, OKC is playing with house money. They won last year. Everybody expects them to win, but with all the hype you putting on Wembanyama, if they lose, I feel like they've already padded the fall. You know what I'm saying? They got Wembanyama. They played against a 7-foot alien. So what do you expect? You know, nobody's going back to back for 11 years. So yeah, they did a good job, and they're still going to be OKC, but you know, they just ran into Wembanyama. But if they win, this has to be the best team ever in NBA history. We've seen nothing like it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has to be mentioned up there with Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. And give me a fucking break. Fans, as a consensus, do not agree with the shit and the accolades you guys are trying to heap on these people. Wemby is one thing, but this OKC team and the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not ethical basketball, as people like to call it nowadays. Call me a hater if you'd like, but man, it's 1-1 in the series. When you're hearing this, I guess the game will be today if you're listening on Friday. If you're listening on the weekends, the games will probably happened already, but I got OKC losing in this one. I want the Spurs to take care of business and go to the finals and either play the Knicks or the Cavaliers. I'll talk about the Cavaliers-Knicks in a second. Not really much to talk about, but I'm hoping the Cavaliers can win. I'm more of a guy that's, if my team's not in the championship, give me the team that has less championships to win it, but it's going to be a tough fight. Tune into OKC and the Spurs for the Western Conference Finals. Best team win, I guess. Eastern Conference-wise, we have the Knicks versus the Cavaliers. James Harden, Spider Mitchell, Mobley, Jared Allen. That's not enough. The Kings are the Knicks are deeper. Brunson is he might be better than Spider Mitchell, man. He might be better, more poised. Playing in New York and that pressure cooker as much as he does might have conditioned him to be a better player than Spider Mitchell. Spider Mitchell's been playing in Cleveland where the expectations are high, but not as high as the Knicks. And I just think that, I'm not saying that Spider Mitchell doesn't want it, but he's okay a little bit more if he doesn't get it, because they're like, oh yeah, you guys tried your hardest. You guys are almost there. Not saying that Cleveland would be super happy if you guys lost, but it wouldn't be the end of the world like what would happen if the Knicks would lose, because they pretty much swept everybody getting to this point. Vibes are really high in New York. Nobody really wants to say it, but Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby is looking like the pickup of the century. Hart playing that defense, though Brunson isn't the best defensively, and they're calling him a cone. Everybody else on the team is pretty much a defensive stalwart. Mikal Bridges playing better, earning that money, and all those, earning his value after giving up all those draft picks to acquire him. So they're doing their thing, man. Cleveland is just, there's going down 2-0. I know the series doesn't start until somebody wins on the opponent's home floor, but the Knicks are handling business. And if they end up losing this series, it'll be ultimate collapse because they've looked great to begin this series. I listen to a lot of New York podcasters. I see a lot of New York people on social media just so hyped about their team. And of course, it's been, 20 years? I don't know. It's been a long time. They've only won 2 championships, and all these other teams in big markets like theirs have won multiple. So, everybody likes to call the Mecca, the Madison Garden, the Mecca of basketball and the Mecca. So, get back on that tier with everybody else win the championship, prove everybody wrong. Karl Anthony Towns, though I'm one of your biggest haters. I've been a hater when you were playing for Minnesota. Now that you're with the Kings, I keep saying the Kings, the Knicks now, I kind of more so win you some shit, man. Win you some shit. Anybody that's trying to compete with Jokic for that mantle, I think it's past now. I don't think we'll see Karl Anthony Towns necessarily win the MVP, especially on the same team as Brunson. So that might be null and void. So I think he might be secure in that position as the best big man of this generation. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the Knicks for doing well, man. It's 2-0. I would assume the game is on right now, but it hasn't finished. But yeah, it just looks bad, man. It just looked outmatched. Harden's not playing no defense. Their small forward they're starting is bruh from Miami Heat. Why do I always forget his name? I was just thinking of it. The shooter dude. He has long ass hair now. Yeah, he's not really good. He's not really good. He left Miami and went over to Cleveland, grew his hair out, and now he's just whatever. He's blah. But shout out to the Knicks, man. Eastern Conference. Yeah. It's always one-sided, bro. It's always one-sided. It's kind of just like, Eastern Conference Finals anyways. Last year, who did they play? Oh, nah. There's a lot of injuries that happened in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think it was Indianapolis versus, who did they play? It might have been the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Cavaliers lost, even though Halliburton was out. But we'll see what the Knicks can do. For the Knicks have to match up against the Spurs. We'll see what happens. I think Karl Anthony Towns can match up against Wemby. It's just going to have to see what, the guards match up pretty well against San Antonio's guards too. And I think the Knicks match up well against OKC too. So we'll see what happens, man. If the Knicks win, if Cleveland can turn it around and win as well, we'll see what happens. I think Cleveland will get smacked by either one of those teams in the West though. But I'm going to hold out hope. But yeah. That's my basketball segment, y'all. Y'all tune in. Still going right now. I think it's 2-1 in the East and then 1-1 in the West. Pop culture wise, I definitely don't want to give this any light of the day. Cause it's that negativity social media shit that I've been seeing, but this one has been irking me so much, bro. This Chud the Builder situation. I know you guys been seeing this guy all over the internet, walking around, antagonizing black people, calling them the N-word, walk up, talk shit to them, say they're chimping out, basically calling them monkeys, and then go up and call them the N-word, and then dare them to do something with a bottle of bear mace and a pistol on the side because he's looking to shoot them or spray them with mace if they try to attack him for the hateful shit that he's saying. I even see him going around on Kick for weeks, if not months, just doing crazy shit. One, is crazy that Kick doesn't suspend his account, but I've seen people say a lot less things, gay slurs, things about other races, and their accounts get taken down. They get blocked for a certain amount of time, but it looks like Chud's on every week, every day, back to his shenanigans, walking to highly populated black areas, calling them the N-word. Like, they wouldn't let that happen to anybody else, but they just look like they just let it be okay for him to do this to black people. It looks like in Nashville, he was outside of a courthouse, doing the same thing, trying to antagonize a black dude, but he got the wrong one this time. A veteran, with, PTSD who wasn't going for it. Got antagonized by Chud the Builder. people that encounter him always like say that shit again, and I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna touch. I'm gonna touch you, basically. And then he kind of antagonizes that so he can pull out his gun and shoot him. Dude touched him. Chud pulled out his gun, shot dude twice, and grazed himself, shot himself in front of the courthouse. They both got arrested. Chud was arrested and put in jail. In court, they held him with a $1.2 million bond. We know what happens in this country whenever something happens racist to somebody, or somebody does something racist, kills somebody, goes to jail for something crazy, who have a big subordinate of people, just a big cohort of people, I should say, that put up money for these people to either get out of jail or fund whatever has been taken away from this person, even though they've done the worst thing in the world. The worst thing in the world. People really take their money out of their pocket and put it aside to support these people, which is the craziest thing I've ever seen. That should be illegal. GoFundMe shouldn't even allow that. GoFundMe should be like, nah, we're not gonna allow you to make a GoFundMe for somebody who's going around spewing hate speech and basically try to kill somebody. It's crazy. So I don't know. And they told him that he can't use those funds to get himself out of jail. So he's in jail right now. I don't know if the white racists are going to grab him up and just take him on their side right away and protect him in jail. But I feel like whatever happens to him in jail, he deserves, because not one that he's been the shit that he's been saying just hurts. It just, every time I see it, I don't know why. Again, that's the algorithm thing. It's like, why would you think that I'm interested in seeing this shit and keep pushing this shit to my algorithm? Just because I watched one video hoping that something will happen to this racist fool. Like somebody will actually punch him in the face, take his gun, and throw that shit somewhere, and just actually have a time for them to have fight one-on-one. I didn't want nobody to kill him. Nothing happened to mortally injure this man. But you're talking shit to somebody, saying hateful stuff to somebody, no matter what it is. The N-word is one thing, and you shouldn't be saying that shit at all. But no matter what it is, you say something to somebody to make them angry, if it's justified, if they put their hands on you, you shouldn't have said what you said. If it's a compliment and the person's out of pocket, you know what I'm saying? You say something nice to somebody, hey, how you doing? And the person punches you in your face. That's one thing. But if somebody goes up to you and just be like, oh, fuck your mom, I'm glad she's dead, and your mom's passed away, and you punch that person in the face, are they justified in shooting you? I don't know. I'll punch your kid in the face right now. Somebody says some shit like that while your kid is sitting right there. You can't hit him. Like, I don't know. Some stuff justifies being hit. So for you to think that's a stand your ground type of shit where you can just pull out your gun and try to kill somebody, that seems like you're premeditated murder. Attempted murder, if that's the thing. Premeditated attempted murder. You're doing this shit to antagonize people, which I think in the amendment, people are saying that it does cancel out stand your ground when you're antagonizing people and spewing hate speech. So I'm glad that that's there, and the judge wasn't taking it easy on this guy. And I've already spent too much time talking about this guy, but for my fellow black people who've had to fall victim to having to watch this motherfucker online just disrespect our fellow people over and over and over, and good on the people that have the restraint to not go out and just go crazy, putting themselves in a dangerous situation, knowing what he's trying to do. But, bro, that's it. People like that, we should, I don't know. That's why it's sometimes you need to put social media down, you need to disconnect for a little bit, because people going out of their way to do that shit just to get a buck, try to get famous, just like try to make some money, instead of just going, put in an application, go to work, try to get a job, do something different, bro. So that's what you have to do to try to make money, to get famous, bro. That's what people are stooping down to. I thought that stupid shit that people was doing in Walmart is dumb. But to just blatantly go up and antagonize, call people the dirtiest thing in the book on live, and then spray them with mace and threaten to shoot them, it's just so crazy to me. And hopefully justice is really served for that stupid shit that he was doing. Fuck that guy. Drake's album, I wanted to talk on this again before we got to this last little review for the boys. Yeah. Shit's good, man. Shit's really good. Man, I've been listening to some songs. To me personally, I didn't like every song. It was 18 songs on the album. I was a 12 out of 18 guy. And the songs that I like, I really do continue to go back to. Again, everybody tries to be so divided on this album. Just try to be, oh, like Kendrick killed him. He's talking about Kendrick and all the people that dissed him. He needs to be talking about some other subject matter. I do agree to a certain extent. Me personally, get shit off your chest. It's your music. It's your expression of your art. You do what you want to do. If you feel like you don't give a fuck about the backlash that comes, people are gonna love it no matter what. Especially your true fans. They're gonna love that shit no matter what. But me personally, I feel like he had a lot of songs on the album that vibed. Especially like Jan and Shut the Fuck Up. Me personally, I really like that song. When he goes there, when he starts the song, it's cool. It's like, it's me, baby. Baby. And then he gets into the verses. Fuck that nigga. He's short. Y'all niggas turn your back on me. Fuck y'all. It was way better than that lyrically, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, you get into some vibes. It's like, oh, let me throw in a Jay-Z diss right here. I'm like, fuck, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of a song where I'm gonna be in the club vibing, and then the verse is like, hey, I want to sing this verse, like, you know what I'm saying? You know the verses you sing in the club where you hitting that move, and they look at you, and you look at the other person, and we hitting this spot. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Burning Bridges is the perfect song for that. Yo, baby mama didn't post to sing like he was doing his visual. Where's she at? You know what I'm saying? We in the club vibing. But, the chorus may be good enough to be like, people in the beat, baby. We in the club just doing that kind of shit, but I'm not. See, I was like, this is my gripe with the Meek Mill diss back in the day. Everybody loved that song as a song that they would play in the club and just go turn up with. Me personally, I don't like diss songs being the club songs. I don't want to go and vibe, put on a song and vibe to a song where it's like, fuck that guy, he did me wrong, he a short motherfucker. Oh, the Bible, you don't read the Bible because the Bible said you're not supposed to do this. Corny ass nigga. No. I want to hear about you. Hit me, baby. Baby. I'm saying, stay with that vibe. Like, for real. I like that part. But it's like, I don't want to hear, y'all niggas did me so dirty. Now I'm attacking this 30. Falling up under the 30. Like, no. And again, I'm not dissing. I love the album. It's just that I kind of wish that he had the first half of the album where his songs were getting that shit off his chest. Like he had on the first couple songs where he's just going. Kind of like that spoken word Drake where he's just getting all the shit off his chest. For just getting vibes for the rest of the way. Give me a one dance. Give me a headlines. Headlines, we weren't dissing. God's plan. Straight vibe. Feel good song all the way through. Baby. I know this battle, this beef, it probably did affect him a lot. Then he was silent, so he wanted to get a lot off his chest. And maybe he did need to get us, to make it sound different throughout the album and still get his shit off. He had to get the melodic in there to get us like, okay, he's getting his shit off, but he still got us because we out here vibing to him getting his shit off. Pause. But yeah, it was good. Again, a lot of the songs, Lil Birdie, straight vibes. I liked, again, High Fives on Habithi. That's my favorite song on all three albums. Janice Shut the Fuck Up, of course. Dust is great. A lot, man, I don't have a problem with the album at all. I just hope that, again, it's just my opinion. I've always been the Drake fan to it. I don't need a full, concise album of a million songs to be the best songs of all time. I'm going to pick from the album and put them on a playlist and listen to the songs I like anyways. And if it's majority of songs that I like and I can stay with the album for a good week or two and just slap all the slaps, it's a great album to me. And it just sucks that you have to try to compare it to GNX, to compare it to The Fall Off. And just for you to think it's a good album, it has to be better than those. I don't think so, man. My playlist, I'm going to put one together for the summer. It's going to consist of all these songs. Again, my favorite album so far of the summer or of the year is definitely going to be Don Toliver Octane. So I'm not going to be super biased one way or the other when it comes to J. Cole. J. Cole, I like some songs off that album. I got some for the playlist. I got some shit off of Baby King. I got some shit off the Brown album. You know what I'm saying? Just because a person didn't put out a full album of 20 out of 20 bangers, And just because a person had a beef with this person and it's a competition, and just because it may not, in your opinion, been as good as the person that the person's in competition with's album, doesn't mean it's not a good album. And also, I do want to say, I'm tired of people saying, oh, it's 3 albums. You could not have listened to all that shit in one day, or you could listen to the Iceman album in one day and sat with it and have an opinion. Yes, you can. I understand you're saying people are being haters, not giving it a chance because they're haters, blah, blah, blah. But motherfuckers, you can have an opinion off of one listen. Not one listen to the song, like one certain song. But if you listen to an album and you hear songs you don't like and you skip those songs, and you hear songs on the album that you do like and you like those songs, you're obviously going to go back to the songs you do like and listen to those a couple of times. It's like people give it that people say that and be like, man, you listen one time, you could not have sat with the album, listened to 3 albums. It came out at midnight. It did not come out at midnight for us here in the West Coast. By 9 o'clock, I listened to 45 minutes of music 4 times already. So that shit just gets on my nerves. Like, but what? I listened to Iceman 3 times through before midnight on the West Coast. That's plenty of time for me to come up with an opinion on the songs that I like and the songs that I do not like. So I get it. For people that say, oh, the whole project is trash and I don't like anything from the project, people saying that, you can kind of tell that they didn't really listen to it. Or probably didn't listen to it at all. Maybe listen to one song and didn't listen to any other songs. But for people to say, oh, for this, I give it an 8 out of 10 on the first day, or a 7 out of 10 on the first day, you're like, no, bro, you could not have listened to that in one day and came up with that opinion. Yes, you can. If you really are into music and you've been listening to music your whole life and you come across a song or an album that you do like, you can tell if you like it. It's not a new album. It's not, music has not just, it didn't come out yesterday. When Drake's album came out, everybody's ways of listening to music and their past experiences of listening to music didn't just go out the window. It's just not a whole new listening experience. We listened to albums before. We listened to Drake albums before. There might be ways we like to listen to Drake albums to make us like it. I know people that take features off, rename songs. Like, bro, just because it's been out for 24 hours, 2 days, 3 days, people can have strong opinions. But I get what you guys are saying. I don't want no beef. I'm just saying, I hate when people say that. Just add a little nuance to it. Nobody could say a full project definitively is trash or amazing in one day. Say that. Or 2 days. 1 day or 2 days. But to say an album, if you like an album, you think an album is bad, giving an 8 or 9 out of 10, giving a 6, 4, 5 out of 10 is valid. You can give it that. But I get it. To get somebody to say, oh, it's 0 out of 10, this is garbage, or this is the best shit in the world, the best shit I've ever heard, ever. I get it. That, in 1, 2 days, I get it. But just clean it up a little. It's starting to annoy me a little bit. Because I can tell you if I don't like a song after 30 seconds. Don't tell me to listen to it again, maybe you'll like it later. No, I know if I don't like a song, motherfucker. Don't tell me. New Oscar rules, just want to throw this in there. It doesn't really matter. I think it just matters for this year because people have hella movies coming out. Oscars have changed nominations rules for Best Actor and Supporting Actor, I think. Actress and actor. Actors and actresses can be nominated multiple times in the same category for different movies now. I think before, if they're in multiple movies in the same cycle, they had to have one of the movies that they're in voted for more times in order for them to move on in the category for that movie. So now, say this summer, Zendaya's in a whole bunch of stuff. Spider-Man, The Odyssey, the drama, she's all over Euphoria. So for Best Actress for those 3 movies she's in, she can get nominated for Best Actress in all 3. There could be 3 Zendayas, 1 Rachel McAdams, and 1 Tiana Taylor in a 5-person category. Obviously, the odds for Zendaya to win will be super high, but it kind of just credits the people for being in so many movies, especially if the movies are good this summer, because you have a bunch of people doing that. Christian Pattinson, The Drama, The Odyssey, Tom Holland, Spider-Man, The Odyssey, Zendaya's in Dune, Anne Hathaway, Devil Wears Prada, she's in Odyssey. It's just a bunch of crossover this year, and I think they're just kind of give people their just due for their hard work this summer. So that's a little tidbit I wanted to throw in there. It may affect this year's Oscars. So if you're out there seeing movies and you see some good ones, and you're like, damn, we don't know what you're gonna win or he's gonna win for this year's cycle in the Oscars. They have a chance to win for both of those bitches. But to close out Cinema Corner, we had the finale of The Boys. A little quick review. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Bing, 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 bing. Hope you guys enjoyed the last season like I enjoyed it, man. Last episode, it kind of left me wanting a little bit more, knowing this is the last episode of the season. I've enjoyed it all, man. Thank you, Butcher. Thank you, Huey, Starlight, Kimiko, Mother's Milk, of course, A-Train, The Deep, Black Noir, Homelander, Ashley, even though her back of her head shit was kind of crazy, Sister Sage, Maeve from a long time ago. We haven't seen her in forever. Just everybody in the show. It's been amazing, man. The whole nuance of giving superhero films another spin, letting us see the grimier, dirty side, the introspective view of what if the superheroes are really assholes and wanted to kill everybody, and the company they work for, the Shield that they work for, the Justice League that they work for was all front for them murdering people and just being assholes behind the scenes. The orgies, the sex stuff, the jump scares, the jump shocks, the nasty shit, between Gen V, with that going away, and this season of The Boys. I guess I can say I'm satisfied. I'm happy that they were able to usher in this new, wave of TV shows. Amazon Prime did their shit, man. Prime has a great bunch of shows on right now, with, Fallout, Invincible original, and having them have The Boys at the same time concurrently being original shows for them. They've just been doing a great job. This episode, man, just seeing Huey get his payoff at the end, get to be with Starlight, and I don't know. Just, it started with Huey and Butcher and ended with Huey and Butcher. The Butcher's Crusher dying. I don't know what it is with people killing dogs in these shows, bro, but hey, I can't handle that too much. I need to stop doing that, bro. But Huey being the one to kill Butcher after us seeing Kimiko depower Homelander and them actually be able to kill Homelander with the crowbar through the head. We saw Ryan come back to help. We saw Billy the Butcher really get to throw hands with Homelander, Kimiko, Butcher, and Ryan just throw those hands. That was dope. Just seeing the fallout of Kimiko having to deal with Frenchie's death. This episode kind of wrapped up kind of fast. I feel like there's still kind of loose ends going on. This season in particular, I would give a 7 out of 10, just because I feel like a lot of shit happened in seasons 1 through 4. This season kind of was just predicated on them trying to get this V1. They added Soldier Boy. I don't know. They had him basically fucking be in the story for no reason. He got murked out and frozen up again. We're not gonna see him till the prequel. Maybe it's just like this is what we're gonna get for the prequel, so get used to Soldier Boy and his ways type shit. Sister Sage, for her to be doing as much as she did for the whole show, just for get her plan foiled and end up getting depowered by Kimiko and going to Taco Bell just to be a dumbass, and that's what she wanted. Interesting. Mother's Milk taking Ryan in as a son is going to be interesting. I hope he doesn't have sex with Mother's Milk daughter. They were giving those vibes when they were sitting there looking at each other, so I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but it's kind of giving those vibes. But for Mother's Milk to have a superpower son, that's kind of dope. So I don't know if I don't know. I don't think these characters are going to come back. I don't think they're going to broach that at all. And, unless they do come back as a surprise, let us know at Comic-Con or something. But it was a cool little ending, man. Fucking The Deep getting his ass booked by Starlight. That was really good comeuppance from her, just for the shit that she went through in the first episode, the sexual assault shit that happened to her. Yeah, that shit was awkward and it's sad as fuck. So see her whoop his ass and him get eaten by the ocean animals. I thought The Deep was going to flip sides at the end and help the boys fucking take down Homelander, but he was just a fucking loser. Again, they did Black Noir super dirty. Giancarlo Esposito got his position back at Vault. That also shows me that they may still do some shit with Vault, man, because what the fuck is the point of having him take the mantle again? if they ain't gonna continue and have some shit going on. Maybe they will have the prequel with him actually being in charge of all, because he used to be in charge before, what's his name? The lady that was basically Homelander's mom took over, and then Homelander ended up frying her head, and him taking over the Seven and Vought, basically running it as a fucking shadow owner, doing whatever the fuck he wanted. But Giancarlo Esposito's back in his spot. Ashley gets impeached as president after helping the boys in the end. We thought she was gonna have her her second chance at doing right and becoming the president, but they impeached her ass right away. That's fucked up. Yeah. After Billy the Butcher's dog died, I knew he was going to basically try to kill himself or do something crazy because, Huey, that conversation he had with Huey, and Huey having him realize that he had his dog, and his dog is something that he's living for, and that companionship is the only thing that kept him alive. You know what I'm saying? And after he accomplished the goal of actually killing Homelander, which he pretty much lived his life for, and his dog died, he was like, nah, bruh. I'm gonna take out all these suits. If I can't be happy, nobody can be happy. And I kind of felt like he knew that once Huey knew what he was going to go do, he would try to stop him. And Huey would either shoot him to, kill him, and he died with his dog and his wife. And after he was denied by Ryan was like, nah, I'm not fucking with you. He just had nothing. He was just over it. So, Huey shooting him, it was just like, damn, because he did have a second thought. He was going to pull the trigger and kill all the soups, but he was letting off the trigger and wasn't going to do it, but it was too late. It was too late. Yeah, Huey wasn't having it. Oh, damn. But yeah, it was good. I liked what they were putting down. I liked it a lot. So, yeah, man. What am I doing when I do that? Y'all hear me still? Y'all hear me still? What is this button on a person? No. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Y'all hear me still? Let me see. Hopefully I'm not messing that up. Yeah, I can hear you still. For sure. But yeah, man, The Boys, successful season, man. Ultimately, the show left a big impact. Left the door open for a bunch of superhero shows to do whatever they want and not be constrained by the morality of DC and MCU, that they don't kill nobody, not enough violence. Invincible and The Boys were able to show us that it could work, and there is a market for that. Though parents aren't rushing to take their kids to see this shit, there's an adult market that likes pop culture, likes superheroes, and loves this genre. And it fed us for a while, man. So, R.I.P. The Boys. Shout out Gen V. Sorry that they had to go. The death of Andre, man, it just put the whole thing into a tizzy. I hate the fact that they use Marie Moreau and Jason and just shoot them off. Just had them for shock value of them being in the show and didn't use them at all. That's fucked up. But The Boys is out right now. Go watch the finale. Let me know how y'all felt about that. And I will be going to see Mando and Grogu this weekend. I have a review for y'all this weekend. Have a little bonus movie review for y'all. So, AKA, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have you working a little bit. You feel me? I gotta feed the people. I got y'all, but this is the end of the podcast where I can let you know where to find me at. You already know what it is. SAC_Lydell on SAC_Lydell on the Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. Anything Best of Bias, you can find me on Instagram. It's the Best of Bias Podcast, TikTok Best of Bias Podcast, YouTube, where AKA puts all the videos looking at making me look wonderful. You know what I'm saying? Let me thumbnail farm real quick. Yeah. Like, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any of the new videos, because we need y'all to watch those. Let's get in this algorithm. By 2027, I want to be where everybody can see this. On the front of them YouTube, you know what I'm saying? On the top of them Apple Music playlists and Apple Podcasts and shit like that on the trending pages. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, turn me up, twin. Turn me up, twin. So yeah, please. And AKA is doing a whole bunch of good work. So please show him that you guys appreciate everything that he's doing. So yeah. And that's it, man. New pods every week. You already know where to find me. Have a good Memorial Day. Love y'all. Thank y'all for press and play. And we're going to be good. Nuggets, we're going to be good, man. Don't you worry about that. You know what I'm saying? And hope your team loses. For real, though. You know, and catch me out of Valkyrie's game. We're going to be outside. It's the Best of Bias Podcast, episode 285, and it's your boy, Lydell Dinero. Yeah.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best That's the bias. Yeah.